A whole list sounds like I've really been on your mind.
Yeah, you have.
Well, I find that a bit weird since I'm...
Why do you care?
I don't know, stay. It's late and Steven's... When I went home for break, I thought about you.
Quite an entrance. Having a boyfriend and making things complicated.
Hey.
Yeah, so basically the series is called Tell Me Lies, and it follows the messy and toxic romance between Lucy and Stefan over 8 years, starting from the first meeting in college in 2007 and exploring their intense connection, betrayals, and the lasting impact of their friendship and family, all while flashing between the college years and also the aftermath in 2015. So that's basically the whole plot of the series. So just to give you guys a very quick flashback on how everything develops between, in this case, Diana and Pippa. Their relationship starts to build up in season 2, by mid season 2, when you start to see them spending a little bit more time together, as and you can see that Diana is kind of like a moral support, to Pippa for what she had been going through during season 2. But by the end of season 2, it was revealed that the two are actually in a committed relationship, and they have decided to keep their relationship a secret and just away from everybody, and that's basically, in my personal opinion, one of the best decisions they could have made, because, you can definitely say that they built a relationship way beyond the public, eyes, and there's the genuine connection that they have, with each other is so beautiful to see. But I want to speak about everything that's currently developing on season 3. Like I said, summing up, in season 2, they are in a committed relationship. In the future, which is in 2015, and in the past, you can see how, like I already said, how Diana is just a massive person that supports people of what she has been going through during season 2, which is a very, intense situation. But moving forward to season 3, that's where things are starting to get a little bit more complicated, because we can definitely see how their relationship started to build, and how, set in the future, how they got close to one another. So that is basically one of the reasons that I'm currently enjoying watching season 3. Following the trauma of the previous semester, Diana becomes a safe person for Pippa. In the early episodes of season 3, Diana invites Pippa to her room, admitting she was deeply upset by how they left things off, during the conversation, and that basically ends up leading to their first kiss. More of the story, you can see that Diana, after her breakup of Steven, she finds a new honesty in Pippa that she lacked in her previous relationship. By the end of episode 3, season 3, she ends up finding out that she is pregnant. Yes, I know that is a lot of information, but I will be breaking it down. In the future timeline, like I already said, in season 2, they end up in a relationship. Pippa in season 3 basically reconnects with someone that she dated in the past, but she have decided to give the story another chance. Diana was confused by Pippa's decision to reconcile with her boyfriend, but Pippa also seeks for Diana despite in this case being in a relationship. So let's break it down. So we're gonna set this one back in the past, not in the future, because like I said, in the future they are in a happy relationship and they are making things work. But in the college years, set in the past, you can basically see that currently Diana, she is dealing with a pregnancy, that she didn't know that she was having, because she did a test by the end of episode 3, season 3, and she was very surprised to find out that she is expecting. But obviously, Pippa doesn't know that as well, because Pippa's also in a whole relationship. But you can see at the beginning of, season 3, they start to spend a little bit more time together, especially, in this case, Pippa is the one that was always seeking out for, in this case, Diana, by, basically just telling her, oh, why you always so judgmental, why you always have something to say. They just couldn't see eye to eye, they're always arguing, they always have different views or things, to go against each other. But there's also a connection that they didn't thought existed until yes, in season 3, you can see that basically, Pippa decides to tell, Diana the truth and tell her that she has feelings for her. At the beginning, Diana, she didn't know how to deal with it, but later on she texted her and told her, hey, we need to finish the conversation that we had. And she also ends up expressing her feelings towards Pippa as well, basically, by saying that she also has feelings for her. So, they share the kiss and they spend the night together, not in an intimate way, but, just sleeping together, and that was a moment that meant a lot to both of them. But you can also see that Pippa kind of do feel guilty for, having a boyfriend and now having to be in this confusing situation, because she also doesn't want to leave her boyfriend, because she feel like like her boyfriend also, you know, needs her a lot, and she kind of do feels also guilty of, you know, because of what happened, you know, in season 2 when it comes to his storyline as well. But obviously you can see that, you know, Diana, she's actually okay with, you know, Pippa's situation, because from Diana's point of view, she's also not ready just to jump into a whole nother relationship, especially after, you know, ending her relationship with Steven, who might just be, you know, the father of her child, since she found out she is pregnant. So like I said, I'm still in the very, very, very beginning stages of season 3. So by far we can just see on how they actually got together, how they shared their first kiss, how that moment, you know, happened, that they finally confessed their feelings to one another. And also now, you know, finding out that Diana is, you know, expecting. So now we will have to see how people will react. Well, how will she take the news? But I don't think she's gonna be upset, because, you know, she's also dealing with her own stuff. But one thing we have to say is that we can genuinely see a beautiful connection between the two developing. And I'm so happy that the writers have decided to give us a throwback on how their whole relationship, you know, started. Because, you know, in season 2, when they finally announced, you know, their relationship publicly, which is said in the future tense, you know, I was kind of confused on how they got together, even though in season 2 we could see how, you know, they were starting to get close to one another and having like a secret friendship going on. But, you know, I was like, how did this happen? How did they get from, you know, being there and now being in a whole serious relationship and loving one another? So the fact that the writers actually took us back and gave us the rundown on how everything happened between them is truly, truly amazing. So I'm definitely excited to see what is gonna come further. I definitely am excited to see what's gonna happen now that Diana found out about this new reality. I don't know if she's gonna tell Stefan. I don't know if it's Stefan's. We might not know if she was with somebody during, you know, the semester break that they had. So it's gonna be a lot that still will be unveiled. But I want to tell you guys, if you guys are not watching Telling Me Lies, you are 100 trillion percent missing out on it. Yes, I have watched all seasons, but my favorite seasons is season 2 and season 3, and mainly because of Diana and Pippa's storyline in it. I really do feel like they came together very, very, very good. I just love the connection that they have and how they can come together no matter what. And, you know, but they are very different. You know, you can see that Diana, she's more reserved, more to herself. You know, she doesn't get along with people. She doesn't like drama. She tries to stay out of everything. And on the other hand, we have Pippa, who's in all dramas. Her friendship circle is very toxic. She has her own toxicities going on. So they are very opposite people that find a very genuine attraction towards one another, and they are just kindly trying to make things work. So the story between them is very good. Like I said, very good story, very, 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 very good story. And hopefully, like, they can stick together. Obviously they're gonna stick together because in the future they are in a relationship, so I do feel like they're gonna stick together. But hopefully we can also see a little bit more on how things develop in the future, because in the future the only thing that we got from them is that, you know, they got introduced and, you know, they are in a happy relationship. But I would like to see a little bit more of their day-to-day dynamic set in the future, since in the past it was so complicated for them to have a relationship, or, you know, just to figure out the feelings for one another. So if you guys didn't watch yet Tell Me Lies, you are missing out. Go ahead, go watch, go support. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I hope I see you guys again at the next video, and goodbye.